The National Dangerous Drugs Control Board commenced a program to eradicate the use of recreational drugs in northern and eastern provinces today. A media briefing with regard to the program was held at the auditorium of the National Dangerous Drugs Control Board.
This problem does not only exist in the northeastern province but also in the southern province. During the tenure of previous governments, we saw the manner in which containers of drugs were brought into Sri Lanka. We were able to discover at least 1 or 2 containers. Now there is no point talking about the past. Now we have to talk about how we can prevent this. 2, we must find out as to where these drugs are hidden, how they are distributed and what are these drugs. Thirdly, we must create awareness amongst youth with regard to the dangers of these drugs. Prior to 2009, there were no reports of drug usage in the northern province. The use of drugs escalated after 2009. This has become a big problem. When the president visited, we spoke about this. After Vidya's murder, we spoke about this. Made inquiries and held discussions with the central government on cooperating to halt this. That is how we have come to this meeting. For 30 years, they funded their terrorist activity through drug trafficking, human trafficking and money laundering. But the Tiger terrorists only sold drugs to the south and internationally, never in the northern province. The recent gang rape and murder of Vidya saw the involvement of a Swiss Tamil national. A Tamil youth used drugs and committed the crime. So you can see that there is a diaspora connection to the drug problem in the north.
Before you ask your questions, I'd like to comment on what Doctor has said because I'm not accepting a few of those. This is in the last few years. The question I have been posing is, if as he says, the LTTE and the people involved in it have been doing trafficking in the early days, but it was not allowed within the northern province, who took over after 18th of May 2009? How is it that we have allowed things which was not taking place here but it was happening all around the world? How did it find its foothold within the area when the people who were in charge were not the Tigers, were not anybody else but only the armies which had been there? So that is one of the reasons why I have been saying that all these matters have to be taken in its entirety. There are various parts of the armed forces which have been deliberately introducing various aspects of these dangerous drugs.
Although we may have 2 different opinions on this matter, we do not agree on how the drugs are going to Jaffna. But the problem is the same in the north and the south. Whether we agree or not, it is the youth that is suffering from this.